Picture someone across the table from you and something has just gone wrong. Their voice is tight, their answers are short, and the temperature in the room has quietly changed. So you do the reasonable thing. You explain, you offer a fix, you tell them it is really not that bad, and every word lands on nothing at all. Here is what is actually happening. There is a feeling standing between you and them, and it has no name yet. Until it is said out loud, it will block every reasonable thing you try to hand across the table. So you do not fix that feeling, and you do not argue with it. You simply say it out loud, plainly, in words they can hear. Researchers have actually watched this happen on a scan of the human brain. When a person puts a strong feeling into words, the alarm center quiets down and the thinking part comes back online. Psychologists have a name for it. Name it to tame it. And the drop is fast. It is one sentence said calmly that takes the charge out of a room in seconds. But the exact words matter enormously. You open with a neutral stem, then you name what you see. It seems like. It sounds like. It looks like. Those 3 small openings do almost all of the work. Now here is the trap nearly everyone falls into. Do not say, I understand how you feel. The moment you say I, you have made the conversation about you and handed them a sentence they can argue with. No, you do not understand. Keep yourself out of it. Let me show you how this sounds at work. A teammate has just been handed a project with a deadline that is far too close. Their jaw is tight, their answers are 1 word long, and they will not look up from their screen. You do not ask them what is wrong, and you do not tell them it will be fine. You just say, quietly, it seems like this landed on you out of nowhere, and it feels unfair. And then you watch something shift. There is a long exhale, and the shoulders come down an inch. They say, that is right. I found out this morning, and I already had a full week. A mood you could not touch just became a problem you can work with. After you say the label, you have to stop talking. Do not soften it, do not explain it, and above all, do not follow it with the word but. A label needs silence around it in order to land, and be brave about what you name. Name the frustration, the worry, the suspicion, or the sense of being completely ignored. Negative feelings shrink the moment someone says them out loud, and they grow while everyone pretends not to see them. You are also allowed to get it wrong. Name the wrong feeling, and they will correct you immediately, and that correction is better information than anything you had. A miss is not a failure at all. A miss is simply a free answer. 2 more warnings before you try any of this. Never say you are angry. That is a verdict, and people push back hard against being told what they are, and do not race ahead to the solution. Solving too early tells them the feeling did not count. So here is the entire method in 3 small steps. First, spot it. Listen underneath the words to the tone, the pace, and the face, and find the feeling that is actually driving the moment. Second, name it. Take a neutral stem, add the feeling, and say it calmly and evenly the way you would read out a weather report. No drama and no apology in your voice. Third, go quiet. Let the label sit there in the air and count slowly to 3 inside your head. What comes back is almost always bigger than the sentence you offered. Now picture it back at the table. On one side sits a person carrying a feeling they have not said out loud. On the other side sits you, calm, describing what you see instead of defending yourself, and the heat quietly goes out of the room. Their guard drops, their voice comes down, and the real problem underneath finally becomes something you are both allowed to say. So the next time a conversation turns tight, do not reach for your facts and do not reach for a fix. Spot the feeling, name it in neutral words, and go completely quiet. Give the thing a name and watch it shrink in front of you. Next time, we turn to the single word that most of us are genuinely afraid to say. How to say no without wrecking the relationship, and how to hold your ground while the other person still feels respected. If this handed you something you can use tomorrow, then do subscribe and stay with the series for every lesson still to come. Until then, remember this. You do not get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. See you at the table.